There is a power in you that does not shout. It does not demand to be noticed, yet it shapes everything you do. It is the quiet awareness of your own worth, the place within that whispers, "I am enough." Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Look well into yourself. There is a source of strength which will always spring up if you will always look there." Confidence does not arrive from applause, it awakens in solitude. You do not need validation to know your value. The stars shine without permission, and so can you. Faith teaches that you were created with intention. Purpose reminds you that even your smallest acts carry meaning. Resilience allows you to rise each time you forget who you are. Be still. Listen. Beneath the noise, your strength is waiting, not to be earned, but remembered.
You are not who you were yesterday, and that is grace. Every challenge, every heartbreak, every moment of doubt has been shaping you quietly, like waves refining a stone. Viktor Frankl said, "When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves." Confidence is not the absence of change, it is the willingness to grow through it. Do not rush your becoming. Even flowers must unfold in silence. Faith whispers that there is purpose in process. Purpose assures that no detour is wasted. Resilience lets you walk through uncertainty with steady breath. You are a work of divine patience. Trust the unfolding.
In a world obsessed with doing, confidence is found in being. Stillness does not mean idleness, it means awareness. When you sit in silence, your thoughts reveal what you truly believe about yourself. Jim Rohn once said, "Learn to be still. In that stillness, you will find your answers." Confidence is not the voice that rushes ahead, it's the calm that waits for truth. Faith lives in quiet trust. Purpose awakens in reflection. Resilience grows when you stop fighting the silence and begin to listen to it. Pause often. Breathe deeply. Let your stillness remind you, you are not behind, you are becoming aligned. To surrender is not to give up, it is to release the illusion of control. Confidence is born when you learn to let go of outcomes and rest in purpose. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Accept whatever comes to you woven in the pattern of your destiny, for what could more aptly fit your needs?" Faith allows surrender, trusting that every event has meaning. Purpose teaches that even pain refines character. Resilience transforms surrender into peace, not defeat. Let life teach you without resistance. Sometimes the most courageous act is to stop forcing and start flowing. Confidence begins where self-rejection ends. You cannot build greatness on the foundation of self-criticism. Les Brown reminds us, you have something special. You have greatness within you. But that greatness cannot bloom in soil poisoned by comparison. Faith says you were fearfully and wonderfully made. Purpose says your difference is your design. Resilience says you can love yourself even while growing. Accept the scars, the mistakes, the imperfections. They are evidence of becoming. Self-acceptance is not settling, it is standing. And when you stand in truth, you shine effortlessly. Comparison is the thief of peace. When you measure your worth against another's path, you lose sight of your own. Marcus Aurelius warned, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own." You are not meant to run someone else's race. Faith whispers that your journey is sacred. Purpose reminds you that timing is personal. Resilience helps you celebrate others without diminishing yourself. Confidence grows when you honor your individuality. You are not behind, you are on your path. Walk it with grace, and the world will adjust to your rhythm.
Perfection is a mirage, always distant, always deceiving. Confidence lives not in flawlessness, but in authenticity. Leonard Cohen once sang, "There is a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in." Perfection seeks approval. Authenticity invites peace. Faith says you are loved as you are. Purpose says your scars tell sacred stories. Resilience allows you to embrace the beauty of your becoming. Your imperfections are not obstacles, they are openings for grace to enter. Don't chase the illusion of perfect, embrace the power of real. Starting is the bravest act of faith. The mind will tell you to wait for clarity, for confidence, for permission, but legends begin before they feel ready. Brian Tracy teaches, "You cannot wait for inspiration, you must go after it with a club." Confidence builds only after movement begins. Faith says every step counts, even if unseen. Purpose says the journey defines you, not the destination. Resilience whispers, "Keep going." Begin now. Don't let fear disguise itself as preparation. The courage to start is the seed of every miracle. Your thoughts shape your world. The mind is both architect and destroyer. Confidence begins with mastering the inner conversation. Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, taught, "You become what you give your attention to." If you feed your doubts, they will grow. If you feed your faith, it will thrive. Faith realigns your thoughts with truth. Purpose filters out distraction. Resilience replaces "I can't" with "I will." Guard your mind with intention. The greatest battles are fought in silence, and the greatest victories are won in thought.
Confidence is nurtured in moments when no one is watching. Solitude is not loneliness, it is alignment. Marcus Aurelius meditated daily to commune with his higher self. True confidence grows in that still communion. Faith fills solitude with divine presence. Purpose gives it direction. Resilience makes it fruitful instead of empty. Spend time with your own soul. Silence reveals truths applause can never teach. In solitude, you meet the version of yourself that needs no audience. Confidence requires time. Growth does not rush, it unfolds. Jim Rohn said, "The seasons are constant. They will not change for you. You must change for them." Faith builds trust in divine timing. Purpose reminds you that delay is not denial. Resilience makes waiting sacred. Patience is not passive, it is quiet endurance. Every waiting moment is still movement when your heart remains faithful. Confidence blooms slowly, like a sunrise, radiant because it took its time. Faith is not noise. It is quiet certainty that something greater moves through you. Viktor Frankl called faith the last freedom, the power to choose meaning in any circumstance. Faith gives confidence wings. Purpose gives it direction. Resilience gives it staying power. When fear rises, whisper truth to yourself. I may not know the way, but I know who walks with me. Faith is not blind optimism. It is divine trust in the unseen hand that shapes your path. True confidence is humble. It knows its worth without demanding to be worshipped. Zig Ziglar wrote, "Humility will open more doors than arrogance ever will." Faith teaches humility as strength. Purpose grounds it in service. Resilience keeps ego from distorting achievement. Confidence is not the roar of pride, it's the steady pulse of peace. The truly strong bow their heads not because they are small, but because they see something greater.
Confidence without purpose is noise. Purpose without confidence is silence. Together, they form destiny. Napoleon Hill said, "There is one quality that one must possess to win, and that is definiteness of purpose." Faith gives your purpose eternal roots. Resilience gives it movement. Confidence gives it voice. You were not made to drift. You were made to drive. When purpose burns within, you no longer need approval. You become unstoppable light. Confidence cannot coexist with resentment. The heart that holds grudges carries unnecessary weight. Marcus Aurelius taught, "The best revenge is to be unlike your enemy." Forgiveness frees you from what no longer serves your spirit. Faith forgives because it trusts justice beyond self. Purpose forgives because it seeks peace over pride. Resilience forgives because it refuses to be bound by pain. Let go. Forgiveness is not weakness, it's wisdom. It is saying, "I deserve peace more than I deserve to be right." Confidence begins when you stop fighting what is. Acceptance is not surrender, it is peace with reality, and peace is power. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Amor fati," love your fate. To love life as it unfolds is to trust that even hardship holds hidden harmony. Faith helps you embrace what you cannot change. Purpose helps you find meaning in what remains. Resilience helps you rise anyway. When you accept the present moment, you reclaim your energy from resistance. Confidence grows not from control, but from calm alignment with what is true. Confidence is not built through pretending. It is born through awareness. To see yourself clearly, your strengths, your flaws, your truth, is the first act of freedom. Jim Rohn said, "You cannot change what you do not confront." Awareness turns blindness into choice. Faith helps you face yourself without fear. Purpose helps you direct what you discover. Resilience helps you improve without shame. Stand before the mirror, not to judge, but to witness. In awareness, you stop running and start rising.
Gratitude is quiet abundance. It transforms not enough into more than I can measure. Brian Tracy wrote, "Develop an attitude of gratitude and give thanks for everything that happens to you." Gratitude grounds the heart and fuels confidence by shifting focus from lack to blessing. Faith gives gratitude direction to the source of all good. Purpose gives it expression through giving back. Resilience makes gratitude constant, even in challenge. When you are thankful, you stand taller. Confidence blossoms when the heart remembers it is already rich. In simplicity, confidence breathes. Complexity confuses, simplicity clarifies. Marcus Aurelius lived by a simple creed: if it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Faith simplifies by focusing on eternal truths. Purpose simplifies by revealing what truly matters. Resilience simplifies by releasing distractions. Simplify your life, your thoughts, your ambitions, until only peace remains. Simplicity is not the absence of depth, it is the essence of clarity. Confidence lives in the now. When you anchor in the present moment, regret loses its grip and anxiety dissolves into silence. Thich Nhat Hanh wrote, "The present moment is filled with joy and happiness. If you are attentive, you will see it." Faith grounds you in divine presence. Purpose roots you in mindful action. Resilience keeps you centered when chaos tries to pull you away. The present moment is not small, it is infinite. Live here fully. Confidence is born not in someday, but in now.
Determination is the quiet decision to continue when passion fades. It is faith translated into motion. Eric Thomas said, "When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful." Faith fuels determination through doubt. Purpose gives it meaning beyond reward. Resilience keeps the fire burning even when the air is thin. Determination does not shout, it endures. And endurance, over time, becomes confidence in its purest form. Confidence without humility becomes pride. Humility without confidence becomes fear. Balance both, and you become powerful yet peaceful. Zig Ziglar taught, "True humility is not thinking less of yourself, it's thinking of yourself less." Faith reminds you that all gifts come from something higher. Purpose keeps you focused on service, not self. Resilience allows humility in both victory and defeat. Balance is harmony, knowing you are capable, yet always learning. That is the confidence of wisdom. Purpose gives life its pulse. Without it, confidence fades into confusion. With it, even pain feels sacred. Napoleon Hill wrote, "The starting point of all achievement is desire. Purpose transforms desire into destiny." Faith reveals that your purpose was written before you began. Resilience allows you to live it even when it costs comfort. When you act from purpose, every breath becomes intentional. Confidence grows naturally when your life aligns with meaning. Joy is not an outcome, it is a practice. It is the ability to find light even when clouds linger. Marcus Aurelius urged, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself." Faith plants joy deep in the soul. Purpose waters it with gratitude. Resilience protects it from the storms of circumstance. Joy does not depend on perfection. It flows from perspective. Practice joy daily, and confidence becomes your natural rhythm. Confidence is not built once. It is rebuilt many times. Life will shake you, but every fall is an invitation to rise wiser. Viktor Frankl said, "What is to give light must endure burning." Faith gives courage to start again. Purpose gives direction when old paths collapse. Resilience gives strength to rebuild with grace. Do not mourn the ruins, honor them. They prove that you have lived, learned, and are still becoming. Resilience is the art of returning, not to what was, but to who you truly are. It is the quiet strength that rises from the ashes, refusing to stay broken. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "A blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything that is thrown into it." Confidence is born in that fire. Faith transforms wounds into wisdom. Purpose transforms endurance into empowerment. Resilience transforms failure into foundation. Do not fear the fall, fear staying down. Every rise is proof that your spirit remembers its own light. Confidence protects itself with boundaries. To say no is not selfish, it is self-respect. Jim Rohn taught, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Guard your circle as you would your peace." Faith teaches you to honor your worth. Purpose helps you discern what aligns. Resilience allows you to walk away without resentment. Boundaries do not build walls, they preserve balance. Every no to distraction is a yes to your destiny. Silence is not emptiness, it is the sound of strength listening. Confidence grows in silence because it no longer needs to prove. Epictetus said, "Let silence be your general rule," or say only what is necessary and in few words. Faith fills silence with divine whispers. Purpose fills it with clarity. Resilience finds peace in the pauses. The loudest souls often know the least. Be calm, listen more, speak when truth is ready, not when ego is loud. Growth does not shout. It happens in seasons, slow, sacred, unseen. Napoleon Hill observed that strength and growth come only through continuous effort and struggle. Confidence is knowing that even small progress is sacred. Faith assures you that divine timing is never late. Purpose reminds you that roots must form before branches show. Resilience teaches you to stay planted through storms. Do not rush what requires time. True growth blooms in stillness and patience. Discipline is the bridge between vision and reality. Without it, potential remains a dream. Brian Tracy said, "Your ability to discipline yourself to set clear goals and then to work toward them every day will do more for your success than any other single factor." Faith strengthens your commitment. Purpose keeps you focused. Resilience makes discipline sustainable. Discipline is devotion in motion. It is love for what you were created to become. Time heals in ways the mind cannot measure. Confidence returns slowly, through forgiveness, through stillness, through faith. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Time is a river of passing events, and its current is strong. No sooner is a thing brought to sight than it is swept by, and another takes its place." Faith trusts the current. Purpose teaches you to float, not fight. Resilience helps you rebuild with patience. Healing is not forgetting. It is remembering without fear. Let time do its sacred work. Confidence is not built in moments of inspiration, but in habits of persistence. Jim Rohn said, "Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day." Faith keeps consistency sacred. Purpose keeps it meaningful. Resilience keeps it unbroken through difficulty. Consistency is love expressed through effort. The small things you do daily carve the person you become eternally. Confidence becomes powerful when motives are pure. When your actions align with truth, peace follows. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Let your one delight and refreshment be to pass from one service to the community to another." Faith purifies intention by centering it on service. Purpose directs it toward meaning, not vanity. Resilience maintains integrity when temptation calls. Act with clean motives. When your heart is pure, confidence flows naturally, quiet, steady, unwavering. Confidence without compassion hardens into arrogance. True strength feels deeply. Viktor Frankl wrote, "Being human always points and is directed to something or someone other than oneself." Faith opens the heart. Purpose extends kindness. Resilience allows love even when life wounds you. Confidence with compassion lifts others without losing itself. Be kind. That too is power.
Confidence needs renewal. Even the strongest minds must rest, reflect, and realign. Marcus Aurelius spent mornings in reflection to cleanse his thoughts before action. Faith renews your soul. Purpose renews your direction. Resilience renews your strength. When you rest, you are not quitting, you are recalibrating. Every pause refuels purpose. Renewal is not retreat, it is sacred preparation for the next rise.
Your purpose does not shout, it whispers. It does not demand attention, it invites awareness. Marcus Aurelius once reflected, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Purpose hides in your challenges. What blocks you often builds you. Faith helps you listen for the whisper beneath the noise. Purpose itself gives direction to your days. Resilience keeps you walking that path even when it's dimly lit. The confident soul doesn't wait for clarity. It walks faithfully until the path appears.
Trust is the root of confidence. Without it, you hesitate. With it, you flow. Jim Rohn taught, "Trust yourself. Decide once and for all that you can handle whatever happens." Self-trust grows through promises kept to yourself. Faith reminds you that divine wisdom lives within you. Purpose assures you that instinct is sacred. Resilience helps you trust even after betrayal or failure. You have guided yourself through every past storm. Trust yourself again. You are more capable than you remember. When the world shakes, confidence is choosing calm. Stillness amidst storms is the mark of mastery. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Faith anchors calm in divine order. Purpose helps you see lessons in turbulence. Resilience breathes peace into panic. Chaos will test your roots. Let it. Confidence is not the absence of storms. It is the art of standing unmoved within them. Letting go is not losing. It is clearing space for what is meant to stay. You cannot receive new blessings while clinging to what has expired. Marcus Aurelius observed, "Loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight." Faith teaches surrender without fear. Purpose helps discern what to release. Resilience keeps peace in transition. Confidence is knowing that endings are beginnings in disguise. Let go and make room for your next evolution. Faith is not static. It moves like breath, expanding and contracting with life. Confidence flows when faith becomes rhythm, not ritual. Viktor Frankl said, "Faith is trust in meaning beyond what we can see." Faith breathes when you pray with presence, not performance. Purpose keeps that breath alive through action. Resilience keeps rhythm even when silence answers prayers.
Walk with faith as rhythm, not reason. You'll find that confidence grows naturally when faith dances through your every step.
Confidence is not future ambition. It is present awareness. When you are here, you are whole. Thich Nhat Hanh wrote, "The most precious gift we can offer anyone is our attention. Offer it first to yourself." Faith draws you into divine presence. Purpose transforms moments into meaning. Resilience allows you to stay mindful even in struggle. The confident soul walks slowly, speaks gently, and listens deeply. Presence is power disguised as peace. Gratitude is sunlight for the soul. It turns every ordinary moment into a miracle. Brian Tracy wrote, "Develop an attitude of gratitude and give thanks for everything that happens to you." Faith turns gratitude into worship. Purpose turns it into service. Resilience keeps it alive through loss. Count blessings before burdens. Confidence expands where gratitude grows. Confidence is not wanting more, it is knowing you already have enough. Enough to begin, enough to grow, enough to be. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself." Faith whispers contentment. Purpose balances ambition with peace. Resilience quiets the endless chase for more. Enough is not complacency, it is clarity. When you realize you are enough, confidence becomes effortless. Renewal is sacred fire, the burning away of what no longer serves your highest self. Viktor Frankl said, "What is to give light must endure burning." Faith transforms burning into rebirth. Purpose turns pain into purification. Resilience turns endings into openings. Confidence renews through release. Let what must fade, fade, and your soul will rise brighter from its own ashes. You are not a single note. You are a symphony. Every victory, every failure, every scar, every dream, all play their part in your song. Jim Rohn once said, "The greatest value in life is not what you get. The greatest value is what you become." Faith reminds you that the conductor of your story makes no mistakes. Purpose aligns your melody with meaning. Resilience keeps the music playing even when life changes key. You are enough because you are complete in progress. Play your song boldly. Confidence is harmony in motion. You are not finished. You are unfolding. Confidence is not a destination, but a devotion, a daily agreement to grow with grace. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it." Becoming is the natural state of every living soul. Faith allows you to trust the process. Purpose ensures your direction has meaning. Resilience keeps you gentle with yourself as you evolve. There is no need to rush transformation. You are art in progress,
and every brushstroke, even the imperfect ones, adds depth to your masterpiece.
Peace arrives when who you are and what you do finally agree. Confidence is the sound of inner truth matching outward action. Epictetus taught, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." Faith keeps your choices honest. Purpose aligns your work with your worth. Resilience helps you stay steady when the world tempts you off course. When your heart and hands move in harmony, you become unshakable. Alignment is quiet power, the serenity of integrity.
Tomorrow is a dream, yesterday a memory, but the present is eternity compressed into a heartbeat. Thich Nhat Hanh wrote, "The present moment is filled with joy and happiness. If you are attentive, you will see it." Confidence deepens when you inhabit that now. Faith breathes here, not later. Purpose acts here, not eventually. Resilience endures here, not someday. Each moment you live fully adds weight to your life's meaning. Do not wait for peace. Be peace. Here, now.
You were not made merely to survive. You were made to shine. Confidence becomes legacy when your courage lights paths for others. Zig Ziglar said, "You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great." Faith expands your light beyond fear. Purpose channels it towards service. Resilience keeps it glowing when darkness returns. Legacy is not fame. It is the warmth you leave in hearts you've touched. Be light. Someone's hope depends on your glow. And so we return, not to who we were, but to who we've always been beneath the noise. Les Brown reminds us, you have greatness within you. Confidence was never lost, only forgotten under layers of doubt. Faith brings you home to divine truth. Purpose crowns your journey with direction, and resilience carries the lessons forward. Stand now in stillness. You are enough, not because of what you've done, but because of what you are, a reflection of strength, love, and possibility. Walk in that knowing. Let your life be a living testament to quiet confidence, the kind that does not shout, but simply shines.